Hi, welcome to Nollywood Film Club podcast. My name is Mr. C of Iroko Critic, and I'm with
Mrs. C of Iroko Critic.
yes, welcome to the podcast, the thing that we actually do. Oh, welcome. Um, this last week we discussed the film.
Mm-hmm.
This space was full of sarcasm, so much sarcasm,
And agenda.
so much agenda,
Some lies.
dirty lies. If I'm going to be honest,
Should we say charity?
the dirtiest of lies.
Filthy lies. Very filthy lies.
All right. But it was a fun conversation though. It was good having it with our peeps. It was I was going to say relatively short for us, but
For us, it was.
but I think all the vibes was about the same time, maybe a little less.
Which was also relatively short for us.
Anyway, but you should enjoy this conversation. It's a fun one. So I hope you enjoy Nollywood Film Club discussing
Before Valentine.
You should not ruin my joy tonight. That's what I'm begging you.
Okay, let's let's get it started. Welcome to Nollywood Film Club. My name is Mr. C of Iroko Critic, and
I am Mrs. C of Iroko Critic. I think you forget that I exist.
yeah, I'm sometimes I'm in podcast mode because of recently what's been going on.
drop podcasts in the Black community.
And it's nothing to do about relationship or how to be a man or woman.
Male.
We are
Yeah.
trying.
We'll soon drop our marriage podcast.
Anyway, today, welcome to Nollywood Film Club. We discuss movies every week, every Sunday, 6 p.m. Watt. This Sunday, we are going to be talking about the beloved Before Valentine's. This film feels very close to Fine Wine in terms of how I have received it versus how everybody else has received it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't wait to get into it. Let's talk about what people liked about it. The good. Let's start with our first person that came on, Vanessa. Vanessa, what did you...
Everybody. I hope you had
Actually, I hate this film club already.
You people should please now. I hope everybody had a good week and a good weekend. My good. The whole film. If this film is a work of art, a masterpiece that should be revered. Please stop laughing now. I'm taking this seriously. Okay. Things I loved about fine. Hey, see, before Valentine's, I see you put fine wine in my mouth and it's not fair. Stop it. Before Valentine's, things I loved about Before Valentine's, the entire premise. In my opinion, this film should have been called The Power of Love because all that we saw from the 1 hour, how many minutes did this film last? Just showed you people power of love and what happened when the love is not really powerful. See, we had teenagers. How old were those children? Such sweet, innocent love. The pure Kilamanpe personification. The personification of true love in those teenagers. My G was moving. He said, I'm not gonna move without making somebody my Valentine. And that letter, oh, honestly, it just, I wasn't, was not my age. I wasn't around that time when our parents used to say when they're interested in somebody, they do write letter. This boy said, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take it back. And he wrote a heartfelt letter. That's my number one like. That plot, that subplot, those children love. Come on. The fashions. The fashions in this. I do usually complain about the fashions, but the reason why I didn't really complain about this one is all the fashions were in keeping with the characters. Somebody said their name is Sugar. Everywhere pink. That's how you write a character and make sure that the costuming is in line with the character. It did not seem my baby girl. Pink wig girl, a lavender, all the sugary, everything sugar, spice, and everything nice. That is what baby Sugar was wearing. And then you saw our Sugar, what's her face? The one married to an older man, billionaire. Didn't you people see that her gift bag? What was that bag going safe? It was a, what
Huh?
was it?
Gucci bag.
Avenue.
The shopping bag. It's not the Gucci bag, that the thing that the
Avenue,
Gucci bag was inside.
Avenue something.
I don't know.
There is from a particular store.
It's Avenue. Something
Something
Avenue.
Avenue, Polo Avenue, Abi. Kilomakwe. Should be Polo Avenue.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Polo
That
Avenue.
Polo Avenue bag was an actress. You know how that time people used to say Lekki Ikoyi Link Bridge was the star of many Nigerian films. That Polo Avenue bag starred in this film. Come on, how can that bag carry on its shoulders the responsibility of proving that Megotanwa's character is rich? That's why I'm telling you, this film made sure of every single detail. And attention to detail was carried through in this film with the I'm sorry, I can't take myself seriously. But attention to detail was carried through in this film with how every single person in that store showed attention to detail with their handwork. Sugar did crochet for the entire day. Imagine going to the salon where somebody should do you crochet and they spend from morning till afternoon loosening your hair, and then from afternoon till night crocheting your hair. Attention to detail. Even our
Wait. Yeah, you guys happen on this baby there. Did somebody do wig for the whole day too?
I'm going there. I'm going there. Let me
Okay.
finish. Even our intern, that they refused to let our intern to do hair. Our intern said, I do have customers that like me to refurbish their wig. And our intern spent the entirety of the day brushing that wig. That customer will come and see wig that has been refurbished till the 900th degree. Even our Jesus baby was painting somebody's nails for the entirety of the day. Every single person in that salon, in that shop, even the customers, care about attention to detail because they sat down there from the beginning of the film to the end of the film to do their hair. My third like is Auntie Shafi. I'm so sorry. Nollywood rarely ever does cameos that make me happy because it just obviously feels like Case in point, MI's cameo in Namaste Wala was like, what is this and why? But Auntie Shafi
How dare
Bello,
you?
shush,
How dare you?
that's your see, that your film is a nonsense film. So let's just, but MI's cameo in Namaste Wala was a point of rubbish. You're looking at me, why are you Namaste Wala with Coke? I mean, what was in his hand? Was it not Coca-Cola? But Auntie Shafi Bello fits in the before Valentine's world. She looked like one of their customers that do come into the shop and spend a whole day there. That's why she was upset. But that sugar girl that do spend one day doing crochet was not around. She just fits in the world, and I appreciate that cameo. My fourth like. What is my fourth like? I do usually like seeing Ben Lugo tweet inside film. His name is Tweetu. I'm sorry, not Tweet. His name is the most confusing thing in Nollywood, and I appreciate him. I genuinely
That's what I
appreciate
think.
him for having such a wonderful, star-worthy name. If anything, it just gets us talking. And so I like seeing Ben Lugo tweet him. Performance aside, I enjoy seeing Ben Lugo on my screen. I love it. What was my next? Oh, our detective. Kiloruko Baboye Max. Max found Sugar's mommy and her son with the power of love. That's why I told you people this film has to be called The Power of Love. Because how can they be on the phone and then Boya they disappeared and my boy found them just by the help of a photograph? He didn't know where they were in Lagos. He didn't know who they are. He don't know anything. But somehow, by means of the power of love, Max found this woman and her grandson. And all detectives in all of Nollywood film, you know how we always complain about how detective in Nollywood film, they are fashioned after a Oyibo people detective. And you're wondering what's all this. Case in point, Officer Chicago, this boy said, We're not doing that. Power of love is enough. Sherlock Holmes has nothing on my boy Max. Fifth like, kini fifth like.
There are 6 minutes I finished.
Keep as your personal problem. Location.
Non-motive.
I'm so glad you got the reference. But yes, instead of motive, we have location. Do you think it's easy to shoot in one salon? And the salon makes sense in the world of whatever is going on here. Just makes sense. Also, my last like, the fact that my baby Jesus baby / sex worker, her boyfriend did not say, oh, you apologize, forgiving, taking back. I like it. Not everybody must have love. So I'm glad that we got accurate representation for the people who have messed up their relationships. And the partner did not forgive.
This is the season of love.
That's why you did not hear me in the beginning when I said this is a representation of the power of love and what happens when you don't have love. So, two sides of the coin. They said accurate representation. Again, attention to detail. I'm coming back. Oh, if nobody else have like, I still have many like.
Check good. All right. Hey. Anyway, Timmy, please, what do you like about Blue Valentines? Timmy, are you there?
Before.
Oh God.
Before.
What did I say?
You said blue baby.
That is not a Valentine's movie. Blue
I was thinking about better movies.
That is a sad movie. What are you talking about?
Take that back,
Okay.
Mr. C. For someone who played
Exactly. That movie makes you sad. This one makes you happy.
Motive. That you claim that those two films are the best things since Sliced Bread. You do not have.
Yeah,
you do not have
100%. Don't worry, we'll get to it.
To speak of before Valentine's.
Hello, Timmy, please speak. Don't mind these people.
Okay, the things I liked about Before Valentine, I liked how the movie started with the radio talk at the beginning. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, this, that. I really liked that. And I also liked Sugar's dress throughout the majority of the film. I also liked how at the beginning, Chika was praying and she was like, Dear God, I know I haven't come to you in a while, but then the next shot of the scene shows Chika in her shirt saying that she's married to Jesus. So that irony was kind of funny to me. I also liked how the film was consistent with the pink and blue throughout the whole film. Okay, even though I kind of think it's unrealistic, I don't know. I've never braided my hair before. I don't know how long it takes to crochet, but I'm glad that they showed us progress, like with the hair throughout the film. It wasn't like, how do I say this? But yeah, I just like how they showed progress with the hair throughout the film. I also liked how Chika was changing it for Damola's wife when Damola's wife came to the salon and it's like, Ashewo, husband stealer, this is this. I liked that as well. I also liked how they added towards the end of the film where they tried to explain why Chika was unfaithful to Noah. I thought it was not important initially, but yeah, I really liked how they explained it because Chika clearly loved Noah, and it was very weird that she was dating someone else or she was seeing someone else. So I like how they like added clarity to that. What else? Okay, I kind of, even though Venita throughout the film, she really didn't do anything. I feel like I just liked how she was there as an observer, just listening and taking in the whole gist and the whole drama. And I also kind of feel like she was the most reasonable person there. She tried to see things from other people's perspectives, and I really like that about her and her character. Um, what else did I really like about Before Valentine? I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's all.
You have tried. To me, you have tried. I'd like to point out that this is the second time somebody has said they like Sugar's outfit. I didn't know the cupcake look was a thing, but I'm glad people are
Because
vibing with
her
it.
name is Sugar.
Clearly, oh, she's sugar. Why is she dressed like a sack of sugar?
Wow.
Guys, let's be
Sir,
whining now.
all the things
Since
you
we
just
are
called, all
whining,
the things you just called now, you say cupcake. Don't cupcake her sugar.
anyway, all right, and also obviously Emma's cameo in Namaste Wale is the greatest cameo of all time. They were drinking Coke. He needed to go and drink Coke with
Stanley
them.
is shaking.
Stanley sits down. He is actually. Anyway, I think it's Ainka. You, please tell us what you liked about Before Valentine's.
Okay, I'm gonna be serious. I don't think it's the best produced movie, but then again, it's in that like it is in the list of movies. You know, the movies, especially in Hollywood, they like to do like the New Year. They even have a Valentine's one where they got a bunch of stars in like assemble movie that makes no sense. It's stupid. Like, but this one, I generally do like it. Production value not there, but it's workable. Like it's a workable production value. They tried. You can see they tried. They did something. It's serviceable. It serviced the something. Themes of this, I actually do like it. Like it's the themes. I feel like the themes it handles, especially if you compare it to like the Hollywood one, is handled much better in this one. Like I actually do really like the themes and whatever it touches. It's one I agree with Vanessa in the fact that the costumings to the characters work, and like before Valentine's, they really did work on that before Valentine's, and the love stories that we get are quite different. It's not only focusing on like romantic love stories, and it's even if you think about the female characters and how female characters are often depicted in films, these females are flawed females, and they're not necessarily judged as bad people. They're judged. They are just like they're regular people. They make mistakes. They're not perfect, and there are people with very different views about what love is and how love is. And it really does like attack a lot of also stereotypes. The younger man with the older, the older man with the younger wife. Yes, is money part of it? They agree. Maybe the movie does point to the fact that yes, money might be part of it, but also let's not like say that this is only just about money. It's also about like she truly actually loves this person. Sometimes you don't even understand it. Even Sugar, who is like Sugar is given the mention. Sugar really cares for her family. Sugar's real Valentine in that movie is not necessarily Max, right? It is her son. And she learns to appreciate Max, right? Because Max, in the end, ends up being the one that she appreciates Max because Max was there for her son and her family. And Max truly, unlike the other guy, Sugar who is like sexually liberated, like there's no what's it called? The Madonna Hall paradigm in this movie. It is not there. In a lot of like movies, there's always that vagina. Did I say vagina? Madonna, Madonna or paradigm. The Madonna or paradigm, and it's not there. Like these women have complex sexuality, right? Sugar, we expect to be the more freer, the more one out there. All of them do talk about sex, but Sugar is like, I'm not going to be a booty call. I want to be. I want to be like I want to be in control. These women are more in control of their own sexual sexuality than many movies who is about women getting their own control of their own sexuality, and it revolves suddenly very much about what men desire. But in this movie, it's a very female gazy movie. Even the idea of a man that is very feminine, right? We expect the man that is very feminine to eventually be quote unquote gay, right? Not quote unquote gay. But no, he isn't. that's just the way he talks. That's just the way he is. And it's even saying that men can have a bigger, what's it called? A bigger way of not necessarily being stereotyped in that sort of like, okay, aggressive, toxic masculinity thing. And the guy is comfortable and confident in his own way of expressing his masculinity and everything. None of it is crushed. And this movie, nobody would know that it actually deals with something that's very complex and complicated and all that stuff in a much, much progressive way. That movies that are built around that thing and they want to get, and they'll get Golden Globes, and you will see thought articles written about it. And it's just like, and nobody ever sees that sometimes in romance or in movies, even written by women, that sometimes it's just a typical throw it away TV movie deals with those questions much, much better than, let's say, for instance, Blue Valentine. But that's not what Blue Valentine is dealing with. Blue Valentine is dealing with the breakdown of a marriage. But, and I think that this movie, I'm actually glad that I watched it. It was wonderful to watch. You see different types of love, and the women's loves, even though do they interact with men? It's not about them just only being interacting with men. It's also about how do they interact with men? Is it settled in them, in their own choices, in them? It's like it's about them. For instance, the our sister in the Lord, right? I love something settles around our own guilt, our own emotions, our own thing of not necessarily. It's not just, oh, she's with a guy. No, it's no. It's about herself and what she did and how she's feeling about that. All those things settled around the women, even the women with the older man, right? It's not that the guy is older. She's like, the issue that I have is like, I want to have an expression of like romance, and this guy comes from an older generation where he thinks he just has to put money down and all that stuff. No, I want to do something else. And I feel like those things, and even at that, the story is also about the characters' relationships with themselves, right? It doesn't just only revolve around men. I was expecting the story to be very, very much about like selling the Valentine something. But no, it says Valentine's family love, friendship love, colleague love, all these things, all this type of love and the ways that loves go around. Even Chika does lose her love, does face something, but she says the truth, and we are giving an hope that it might actually work out in the future. And this is something where a woman cheats and she's not necessarily punished to the fact that she should never be ever have love at all. Let's not even give her grace. Let's not even give her any type of grace. No. It does give her grace. It does say that what she did is wrong, and it does give an understanding of why she did those things. It treats the characters in this as humans, except for like that Farouk guy, and and some of the characters are just there to serve the more main characters. But it treats more of its characters as like humans than many films do. And yes, it's not the best produced. It's not written or like some big artist. This will never become some big art movie or the way we think big art movies should be. But I feel like this does a lot more than what all those movies do. And that is why I like it. It is fun, it is vibrant, it is before Valentine's, and it lifts you up to your hopes.
Okay. Stay tuned for our bad.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't have any of that.
Are you saying it
Don't say that. I'm just saying that what it has is what it's at.
I just said stay tuned for the bad. I see Timmy already put his hand up. But like Timmy said, we'll get to push back during the bad. The reason why I do that is like by the time you do good and bad, at least everybody has had their piece to say. All right. Fight, please. Sorry, I think I'm
yeah, overlooked sorry, babe, but it's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Hi everyone. Happy before Valentine's. Hi. Oh my gosh, I love how this space started. I was cracking up. I said these people are not serious. Anyway, so these are my likes. So I like the character of Sugar and the actress. She did what she had to do. I like the setup of the salon. It wasn't crowded. I like that. I like their dynamic as friends and rivals. I like that little thing that they showed us. I liked when Meg's character helped Sugar to find her mom and son, and they had a moment in the car. I liked Philo and his ability to gather things together. The son was so cute, gorgeous boy, loved his hair. Sean Farquhar is cute too. I like him. I liked how the women and Philo were the main characters and the men outside the salon were the supporting ones. Yeah, I like to see the focus on women, while the men still add value to the scenes when it's time to. I like that Max had a friend to help him see reason when needed. I like that Meg's stepdaughter intervened to help her father. I like that he ended up showing up and out for her at the end. I love the ending with the son leaving a letter for his love because that was the one that really touched me. That was so sweet. And yeah, those are my likes. Thank you.
Wow, nice and brisk. But a lot of thanks, Vi. A lot of things to think about. Cynthia, I think Cynthia, our last person. Yes, Cynthia's our last speaker. Please, Cynthia, if you are there, tell us some of the things.
Oh, yes, I'm here. Yes. Well, I'm shocked, but what? I'm shocked Faida's like is short.
I know, right? Am I changing? This club has changed me.
No. I was like, okay, I'm going to stay from Faida today, so I'm happy that she's going from me. Um, to be honest, I'm stealing from Faida because that was my plan. I genuinely, I genuinely like the kids' love. Jason and Favor. So like Jason going, sorry, Favor going. No, wait, what did I watch? Jason going to go and give Favor the book and the letter and be like, "Don't open it today. Open it tomorrow." Then the ending when Favor opened the letter and was it Favor? Yes, when Favor opened Jesse's letter, and the letter was like, "Dear Favor, by the time you are reading this, I'm already in Lagos." I won't lie because I love the children's love dynamic. When she stopped there in reading the letter and I did not hear the continuation, I was pissed. I was like, why are you people hiding this children's letter from me? But when they continued to the ending, Love Jason, I was so excited. So generally speaking, the children loved this for me. And when Jason got the call from Favor, even during the dinner, and Jason like took the phone after hearing Favor and was like, I ran to pick the call. I was like, yeah, this is the real love. This is the real love in this movie. Then what else did I like? I like the chaos. So I like the idea of this movie before Valentine's. Okay, people are going through a lot of chaos in their love life, and they also picked a perfect place for where you hear a lot of G's, the salon. Okay, so anybody that goes to salon knows that the salon is a place where you hear people's gist, even though you hear more of people's gist and less of the hairdresser gist. And this film focus on the hairdresser gist. Doing it in the salon made a lot of sense because it's a place where people talk and do all those kind of stuff. I love how that we're able to like touch a lot of gist or a lot of or should I say representation? Yes. So we had this effeminate guy also having to love someone. We have the church babe who is being a church babe, but she actually got involved in a sex work. We have the young lady who people will question or who people expect to have a perfect life because they assume that the tall, dark driver, buff guy that was dropping her off is her husband. But no, she's not having a perfect life because she fell in love with an older man. The sugar babe who is pretending to love. You will not expect her to also like later realize and go for someone like Mars. but she ended up going for someone like Mars. So I think I like the representation of all the love lives we saw. What else do I like? What else do I like? Oh yeah. Oh, I like the cameos. How can I forget? I'm sorry. There's this scene Shafi came and everybody was like Auntie Shafi. I don't know, but the scene made me laugh. Not I don't know if it was planned for me to laugh, but I actually had a good laugh. I liked the daughter Sid and DJ Sose cameo part, especially when she was going to sing Over the Moon. Like I could tell that it's going to be terrible. And I was happy it was terrible because at that point in the movie I needed some comic relief. Yeah, so the movie had some comedy. The movie had comedy, it had representation of love, young, old, effeminate, and even I mean, not everybody loved. Like, not everybody got love at the ending. Like the church girl. I mean, Noah did not come back to her, and I'm like, okay, yes, it happened. So, the movie was able to touch a lot of love lives and what goes on in people's love life in Lagos. And it had a lot of comic relief. It had the children love, which was the most interesting part. I almost forgot. I also like the radio at the beginning, like, this is Valentine, this is the day before Valentine and other stuff. Yeah, that's it. Like the idea of the movie. I like the idea of the movie, and I don't know if they executed it the way I would have wanted, but I love the idea.
We're still seeing the intentions in 2023, and Vanessa is there showing love. I be clapping her hand. I don't
My
even know
G,
what
this is
emotion.
the exception for seeing the intention.
Oh, no, this is the exception. I know.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Cynthia hit the nail on the head with the cameos. See how people do cameo instead of people that are drinking Coca-Cola for drinking Coca-Cola's sake.
Please, they sponsored, I'm sure. Tats, I don't know if you're on. Happy birthday, and I can't believe you
Nobody
share this
asked you to do
beautiful day.
that. Nobody asked you to do that.
I don't know why you share this day with us, but we're honored.
I already did the work, so I might as well do the time.
All right, tell us some of your favorite things about
Valentine.
I was about to say Blue Valentine again. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Wow, what was there not to love? Really, amazing outfits. The red jumpsuit, the fire pink, yellow outfit, all great. Erica's hair, like that's Erica, right? I always mix them up, but Nicolette. But yeah, that blonde wig really, really slayed. Loved it. It was really great to see a real life hero, Max, take all of that beating, abuse, take a random picture, find her mom, and then come back and accept to marry her or date her because she had changed in one day. So it was good. Optimistic. People can be redeemed. That was exciting. Lots of misdirect. But yeah. No, the locations were great. Lots of color. And it was funny. It was painfully funny.
Okay. All right. All right, Mrs. C. Tell us some of the things you liked about this movie. And let's start with this. Have you finished this movie?
Somehow, somewhat, in a way, in a manner of speaking, I have finished this movie.
Okay.
Somehow. Spiritually, emotionally, and in bits and pieces. Anyway, what did I like? I'm going to fight I'm not going to join the crowd. Not crowd per se, but Twinny, I love you, but I'm not going to join you in saying the shitty things about this movie as good. I'm not on that. What did I like about Before Valentine? I mean, the salon was pretty. So there was that. I'm with Timmy in that I like that there was progress in the hair. And no, Timmy, it doesn't take that long to do crochet. It does not take that long. But I like that the hair moved. Like when they were taking the hair out, I thought, oh, we're just going to lose this hair for the rest of the film. But no, they did it again and they did crochet. I'm like, okay, progress. I rate it. I love it. So that was nice. What else did I like about Before Valentine? I mean, the kids' love was cute. Jason was an adorable child. The love was cute. So there's that. I mean, it was a very low budget love, actually. Very, very low budget. That Tesco extra value love, actually. But sure, I'll take it, right? There's a kid relocated and trying to show love to this baby before he leaves. Great. Good attempt. And I think I liked the mother's performance. One person gave me some version of a decent performance.
The mother, like
Sugar's mom.
Okay.
Yeah. I rate Sugar for having 3 names. So only one person. Isn't it Njideka or Nkechi?
Don't ask me.
Only one person, Brienne, Sugar, and Nkechi, and like everyone has a different version of her name. Amazing, fantastic, love it. What else did I like? Oh no, Bolaji. I think she was in the wrong movie in like a lot of scenes. Bolaji gave a good performance as well. What else did I like? Well, better than the rest of the people she was with now. I think that's it for Before Valentine.
Tony, I'm very disappointed in you.
I forgot one. Shafi's showing up for no reason.
Exactly my point. Thank you.
Loved it.
I don't know how much they paid Shafi for that cameo. I'm like, is that all we're seeing of Shafi? To play Shafi trying to get hair appointment?
Because why not if not?
But also, honestly, the audacity of the intern to offer her services to Shafi.
All right.
Ekene, what did you like about Before Valentine?
All right. So my likes are looking at Meg and Uche. There were scenes where they were both together. That was beautiful to look at. I'm not going to talk about costumes because I didn't care for the costumes, but they looked nice. And they are very pretty women, and that is nice to look at. I do agree that it's weird, but the kids' love was cute, and they are in the upper half of the better performances, which isn't saying much if I'm going to be honest, but they are there, and. You know what? If I was enjoying this movie, that end is actually a good end. Like the end, like I think Oyinka said, not everything is not everything is wrapped up and tied in a bow. And I just I'll end it together with the glasses chase. It's a little cheesy, but it's the kind of film it is. All the glasses being with the toast at the end and clinking and all of that. That was nice to see. But there is almost nothing else. That's it. I'm out. I am out. Okay, if we're gonna go ridiculous, I would say yes, Max being able to find that photo gave me a chuckle. Being able to find the mother and her Shiga's mom and son,
despite having the wrong location, because he was going to the airport.
That's with a picture. That's that made me chuckle.
That's the power of love.
Yes.
Right. They should have called it.
She couldn't find them, and she loves them, right?
My belief
hates them, but she didn't give them your address.
That's the thing. You people don't understand. It's not just the power of any kind of love. Power of unrequited love. You don't know how powerful that thing is. If I disappointed me, I wouldn't even lie.
All right. Okay. We are going to go into the bad and strap up. I mean, I didn't even come with notes, I tell you what, there was a place I started. I was like, nope, this is not the film for notes. And it was when I saw a random white lady in the background, and I don't know what she was doing, but nobody introduced her. No, like I don't know whether she's a staff. I think she's a crew member. I'm pretty sure she's a crew member, but she was just in the background picking up stuff. And I was like, did I miss something? I said, Miss C, did I miss something? What's she doing? She was like, I don't know. I was like, all right. So this is not the movie for notes. If people are just going to be in the background picking up stuff. And then there was the customer. I was like, when did this customer come through? Like, this is what they just, all right. So I'm not, okay. That's why there's no notes. But I do, for my lack of notes, I have the vim for this movie. Right. But we're getting to the bad. All right, Vanessa, kick us off.
Honestly, this hurts me. I much like the rest of much like the rest of everyone. I don't have notes either, because why? Why would you take notes about a masterpiece? Yeah, things to dislike. The fact that Bolade Akinbode was not used to the fullest of his ability. Honestly, I understand that they needed him to be the hot, tall, beautiful looking bodyguard man / driver / fake husband. I would just rather him than what's his face, Teddy A. Because Teddy A was the acting. And this is copied from a place where the whole film is not like the acting was great. But Teddy A managed to sing the accent to new lows. Honestly, I would have rather they used him as the person we did not see from the front throughout the whole film as her tall. Maybe he's tall. Oh no, he's tall. They could have used him as the fake husband / bodyguard / driver guy, and had Bolade be the hot Max's boss, so that Bolade can act and camera can zoom in very well on his face, and I can say, fine man, whoa, as part of my likes. They took that away from me. What is my next dislike? Sorry. Meg Otanwa's husband. Oh no, what's the acting? Really, no, is a serious question. Was that man acting? Why would he put such a damper on the wonderfulness that is before Valentine's? This man just came. Imagine me what's that his line? Pay him finding out pay his wife is cheating on him with her driver. The man did not even deliver the line with conviction. How am I supposed to believe Pay Meg is your wife if you cannot tell us with conviction Pay wife meaning? it's like, sir, it's not really bamuing. Hey, this is not a bad, it's actually a good, but I'm not gonna say it because good have passed. No, I'm gonna say it. I appreciate the fact that they tried to give us a reveal with who Meg's husband was, because I bought it, yo. I bought it. Bolade is her husband. Until they now did reveal, I was like, wow, come on, reveal. Come on, twist and turns. Now back to the bad. I'm so sorry. I understand that Bolaji was a Jesus baby, but what was that t-shirt? Who did the printing? Taloshe's printing of that t-shirt. Who really did? No, because it's not working. I know she was a Jesus baby, but they could have given my girl just button down shirt. Well, did she wear beret? I don't think she wore beret, and that is the number one uniform of a Jesus baby. She should have worn beret. She didn't wear beret, and I'm quite upset. What else?
Vanessa, are you still there? Are you thinking? Have we lost Vanessa? Is it just me?
Did you do something, sir?
Wow, the accusation.
Whoa. No, I have not. Vanessa, I can't hear you. Can anybody else hear her?
I can't hear. That's why I asked if you did something, sir.
I haven't, not yet. Sorry, Vanessa, I can't hear you. I say sorry, but you
can't hear me.
Oh God! Oh no!
We stopped hearing you.
Stop hearing me because I have to re-say what I re-said.
No, we had you. We had everything you said. Well,
No,
good
Where
notes.
did they get the shirt? The
Good.
Jesus baby
Okay,
shirt.
after the Jesus baby set, after the Jesus baby set, Monique, there is not a lot to dislike about this film. A masterpiece of a film. It's really hard. It was a hardship for me to find something that I didn't like about this film. That's all I have to say. Everybody watch Before Valentine's. I've watched it twice. A masterpiece.
All
twice.
right. Okay, all
I
right.
can't take this seriously.
Yeah,
Sorry, watched it
I,
twice.
I don't
That's
like
kind of
this
where I draw
space.
the line.
It's not.
I
I
don't.
love this space so much.
All right. Okay. Atlas, please. For no reason at all. Uh, I'm gonna bump you up to the front of the line. Please tell us some of the things you did not
There
like
is
about
reasons. Don't act like there's no
Mind
reasons.
you, don't
But
mind you
um,
people to get those of us that like this film out of the
Yes,
way, and your
yes,
plans will
yes.
not work.
I should not mention the reason.
Anyways, before I start my bad, I wanted to go back to another good because this movie is spectacular. The scene where that guy comes in and he's playing whatever his guitar or whatever it is he's playing, that was actually really nice. And then the proposal after it, that was probably the only moment in the movie that felt somewhat genuinely sweet. Um, okay, all right, let's move on then. But there's no way to pick a bad in this movie. Just like trying to pick out a pin from a basket of pins. This movie is so bad it's good. Like you just don't know what's coming next. So I'm just struggling with finding anything bad to say. I guess they leaned heavily into a lot of tropes. The whole church girl who is secretly having an affair. So fun. The misunderstood sugar who is actually a mom with a lot of issues. That was used very liberally throughout the movie. But yeah.
Yeah. Come. Yeah. Well. A basket of pins is one way to put it. It's also how I felt watching this.
You're
Like
sitting on a
I was
basket of
sitting
pins.
on a basket of pins. All right, Timmy, please tell us some of the things you do not like about Before Valentine.
If I'm actually going to be very honest, I the things I didn't like. Okay, I'll just point them out. um, okay, first of all, the first thing I didn't like was the audio. There were scenes where the audio was like really really bad, especially the scene where what's her name again? Sugar and um Meg's character, what's her name? Karela, I think. Yeah, the two of them they were talking about looking for Sugar's mom and her son, and the audio in that scene was just horrible, really, really horrible. Another thing that I didn't like about the film is I don't know if it should like touch me as much as it does, but I really don't like the way many Nigerian filmmakers depict northern people or Hausa people in general. The gatesman, the security guard that was speaking with Tedie or Farouk around the beginning of this thing. I lived in Abuja and they they don't talk like that. Hausa people don't talk. It felt very, will I say mimicky, very like they're trying to make fun. It just didn't sit right with me. Another thing that I didn't like was the editing. There were some parts where like the editing, it didn't give like a seamless look of some of the scenes. So for example, Chika was what's it called? I can remember she was painting someone's nails and I I don't remember what happened in the next scene, but when they showed Chika again, the person who she was, working on had gone. And I was asking myself, where did this person go to? They did not show us this person leaving. you know. Another thing that I really didn't like, um, I didn't like Sugar at the beginning of the movie. At the beginning of the movie, to be very honest, I found her very annoying. I found her very loud. I found her very annoying, to say the least. But I think I kind of, you know, maybe the character, maybe the story kind of like, will I say, saved her character towards the end of the movie. Another thing is the movie. I felt like the movie dragged for quite a while, 2 hours. I was literally waiting for the movie to end when like they were done showing us the lives and the lives of everybody in the salon. I was waiting for the film to end. I put the film on 1.5 on Netflix, 1.5 speed. I was waiting for the film to end. And I was surprised. I was very, very surprised that the end credits was like just a minute long because I expected it to be longer. I expected the film to be shorter. So there's that as well. Another thing is I, okay, yes, I kind of understand what the whole film is about at the end of the day, but for most part of the movie, I kept on asking myself, where is this film heading? Like, what am I watching? What exactly is going on? What is like, when do we move from the first act to the second act to the third act? I really couldn't tell. Another thing that okay, the other things that I would say I didn't like, I would say they were kind of petty things that just bugged me a bit. I didn't like the fact that Farouk's suit was not ironed because you're a CEO, you're rich, and you really couldn't iron your suits. Another let me see what else I didn't like. Chika's makeup stained shirt. Oh my god, I don't know. Maybe this was the editing. Maybe this was an editing issue. Maybe this was a costume issue. But like, if you know you're going to have multiple takes for a film, like have multiple shirts. Don't. At the beginning of the film, Chica's collar was stained with makeup, stained with makeup. Only towards the end of the film, you see that the shirt is, sparkling white at the collar. So okay, yeah, that didn't also see. I didn't like that as well. The other thing, like I said, the other things I didn't like, they were like really petty because this film doesn't really have much to say about it, if I'm going to be honest. Did Chika really do all the makeup I said all the makeup, all the decoration by herself? Because I saw when she left the house, we saw when she got to the salon. That really wasn't believable that she did all that decoration by herself. Maybe she started it the day before. I don't know. Maybe we'll give her the benefit of the doubt for that. But honestly, I think. Oh yeah. Okay. One last thing. One last thing. The fact that Venita was definitely wearing a wig. I mean, I kind of get it that maybe they were having problems with doing her hair or something, but the wig placement was just not given. I have never laid wig before, but I know that if I'm going to lay wig, it's not it's not going to look like that. So I think that's all. But before I end it, before I'm done, the two things that I'm just going to add two goods. Like someone on the space said, I like the way that the film played with, will I say, gender and sexuality, especially regarding what's the name of that guy again? Uh, God, guy with blue hair. What fuck was his name? Sha,
Philo.
I like. Yes, thank you very much, Philo. I like the way like they try to show us that okay, men are not only, you know, agbero, very, that toxic. Men can be effeminate, and there's really no reason why we should, look down at men who don't follow the standards that society has already given to us. And the children, the love between the children, like Cynthia said, it was cute and it was also very believable because I feel like the child actors, they did what they were told to do. Like I watched child actors in a Nollywood production and I wasn't cringing and I wasn't feeling secondhand embarrassment. So that I really like, and but yeah, I think that's all.
All right. I won't forgive you for sneaking in more goods in there, but accepted. Thanks, Timmy. Just want to say, yeah, Funny Gates Man is just a thing we've been doing for a long time. And I thought the audio was bad throughout. And that's just a result of, I guess, low budget using the Pearl mics, but like they hit them relatively well. I didn't see much of them, not more than usual anyway. But the way they were placed made the post processing of the audio just awful. Even when we're hearing them, it was just not. It was very, very horrible to listen to for my ears. All right. I don't know what pushback these girls have. Vanessa and Otas. Vanessa, let's start with you. What's the pushback
It's
you're
not.
having now? Is it
Let me
pushback?
talk. Let me land. Let me land. It wasn't exactly pushback. Oh. To me, I agree with you, Peter. The A suit was rumpled, and I just want to put it out there that Bolade in a lot of suit would not have been rumpled.
I hate these people. I hate all of you.
No, but she's true.
Actually, hate all of you.
Okay,
Better-
I was actually going to push back on his good. He's one of the goods he provided is actually one of my only real bad is the handling of Phil's character. I thought that was terrible. We have he's cruelly treated throughout the movie. His girlfriend, whatever she is to him, is like ghosting him the entire movie. And then she shows up at the end of the movie to say, well, I might not like the way you talk. I might not like the way you do this. I don't like this about you, but you know, you love me and I know I love you too. And I just thought that was so insane because she literally shows up there to tell him that she understands nothing about him. She does not like all of these things about him that she finds strange. But
She
he
will
loves
manage.
her. So that's great.
She will manage him.
I think what she meant was, I'm probably a 30-year-old Nigerian woman. My family is hounding me. I will take what I can get.
Which is
Wow.
also a type of love.
It's, it's,
I hate this face. I
Sorry, I
hate
have
this
one
face.
more thing.
Find a
I'm so
please.
sorry. It just came to me after he mentioned Philo. I just want to tell people the difference between a shoddy dye job and a good dye job. Do people see how Bello go to his hair was the same dye from the beginning of the film to the end of the film, regardless of lighting. Unlike that supposed on a vibe that 1 minute the hair is green, the next minute the hair is black, the next minute the hair is yellow. This one, his hair was a specific color from the beginning to the end. Consistency.
At least the other person's accent was
If I should
consistent.
grab you there.
Find a
have you
please.
ever met anyone in Lagos whose accent is consistent? He was being on theme, okay?
Please.
Screaming.
Okay, forget. Darling. Darling. Darling.
I'm
Darling.
going.
Come on.
Okay. All right, these are my dislikes. So I have to take us to a serious place with this because this is what I saw as my dislike. So I'm going to just say it. So first of all, yeah, we know that Jesus baby cheated on her boyfriend, right? My thing is that okay, yes, she's been found out and everything, and she was crying, she was begging. But what I didn't like was how she was convulsing to the point where she now started to beg on her knees. And for what exactly? Do you want the relationship back, or what is going on? What was really the end goal there, the motive? Like, why are you there doing that? And your nose is leaking over this situation. Because I found it so funny that she said that how will you ask your man to help you pay for rent, and he says God will do it, and he does not even pray with you so that you can find a way for the money to come. I'm just saying you could do better. Okay. So that was something that I didn't like, the whole begging. The second thing was the whole everyone convincing Sugar that she must like Max because he's been persistent. I just felt that if I've already made it clear that I'm not interested, why am I being convinced by your coming to me every day with flowers or something? I've said no, I'm not interested. And yet everyone in the office is like, oh, he's so nice. Look now, you're being wicked. No, I made it clear. You understand? So I'm not understanding that thing. You get me? And another thing for me was that, okay, so finally, thank you so much for saving my mom and my son. Or at least now, let me just say that we can start a friendship. It doesn't mean that I've just automatically fallen in love with you. I was like, wow, where is this coming from? At least, like, that's an avenue to say, okay, this is a decent person, enough to get to know them on a friendship level, at least first, before I say, okay, maybe this is actually the man of my dreams, That's what I felt. So that was one thing for me. Hold on, let me find my other things. Okay.
Bless you. God will bless
Thank
you.
you. God,
God will bless you. Because I've been saying, Max
Amen.
is going to wear sugar skin later in.
I just need to jump on this because I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate this thing of, oh, you have to agree for this guy because he's nice and he has
Thank
been
you.
chasing you. Like,
Thank
this is
you.
a bad thing old Nollywood did to not just our movies, to our culture. Where it's like, and I know we're not supposed to take this film seriously, right? But Jesus, it's the bad thing it's done to our culture where a woman telling you no is try harder.
Yes, I don't
And
understand
if you
it.
keep trying, one day you will be
She'll be
rewarded. One day
convinced.
she will reduce her standards and accepts you. And if
Exactly.
Shofaka wasn't cute and he didn't look harmless, it would have looked a lot different
Thank you.
to
That's what I
how
said.
it's been taken. So yeah, I did really hate that. Thank you.
No problem. Exactly what I thought as well. That if it wasn't
You have
Sean
officially
Farquhar.
tasted. We have actually. Inka, please.
Wait, no, I'm not done. No, I'm not
Oh,
done.
sorry.
It's
Okay,
okay.
go on. Good.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I was also thinking that if it wasn't Sean Farquhar, I would have found it extra creepy. But like, okay, that happened. So now my thing is this. So after, okay, she has realized that, oh, Max is actually a good person. I love him. His boss shouts at him, and then all of a sudden he's like, come on, get out. Is he mad? Because of what? I know that you're angry, but come on, get out to who? I was like, now all of a sudden you've realized that Sugar is somebody that, oh, she has been leading you on, she has been dragging you along. I don't understand it. Never. For what? Yes, you saved my mom and my son. I'll say it again, but what? You get me? That's what I was saying. To the point where she went to his house, then she's begging. He says, please leave. That if not for his friend was like, you're going to let her leave. So now she's begging, I'm sorry. And I was asking myself, is she sorry for what exactly? Being hard to get on a natural level, not being interested. I want to know the answers here. I'm sorry. He said, oh, well, no. You did me so wrong. No, I didn't do you wrong, Max. I wasn't interested. So that was one of my things. Hold on. Let me find the second one. Then the hair scenes, we already said this, right? For me, it really, really was something that made me like, it was like a nitpick for me because Yvonne's hair, she removed the wig, she had the unbraided hair, it was messy. They loosened it, they washed her hair, then they redid it, and then it was still messy like how it was when she took it out. I didn't like that, but I did give them for like trying to show the process of doing the hair. Last thing for me, when they did that whole routine about Sugar, putting on music and her smoothie stuff, and then Max being the last thing, I had this hope in my heart that okay, it's going to be about a girl that has a boyfriend that really loves her. Okay, they have plans for Valentine's Day. Possibly Farouk becomes the villain that tries to foil their plans because he has his eyes on Sugar, and they spend before Valentine's trying to have a resolution that leads to a Valentine's date. I would have loved that. I wouldn't have loved the whole idea of a persistent man that I finally give in to because he saved so. I really believe in friendship. You get me? So those are my dislikes. Thank you so much.
Thanks, bye.
Thanks, Fi. All right. I would usually read comments. Okay. All right, no, that's not true. Okay, but nothing. Just we've got eyesights from eyes from Kamze. We've got Best African saying dead, of course. I don't know what these are in reference to. Tammy says, must they fall in love? Can't they talk reality something? I don't know who that's in reference to, but probably Max, and I just anyway. All right. I think I don't know whether it's pushback, but
I
it's
love how you've been ignoring my raising up my hands, but it's okay.
You raise your hand for fine now. I'm fine, not speaking.
It's okay. Farida, why did you take the things I was going to talk about? I'll bring it to seriousness. Is this movie bad production? Sure. I mean, example one, I like to take from the text. Sorry, I will say it. I take from the text. When they were doing the file thing in the office with Farouk and what's the guy's name? Mask. They're giving each other paper and they're talking about file and they're giving themselves the empty file, you know, that plastic thing in the 3-0 puncher. That thing was empty. And they were handing it out like it was paper on screen. Like they couldn't get actual paper to just pretend. So, look, bad production. I'm not even going to talk about that because these types of movies don't necessarily have the money or necessarily even care because it's not built on that. That's why I can often say, like, come to a movie based on the source itself, like based on the source itself, know in the context where it's made, and then judge it by those standards. So, production, not good. Is it the typical sort of like, everybody knows those movies, kind of like the Allmark movies. I'll kind of put them in this kind of category. We know where it's going to end. And yes, is this movie very stereotypical? Yes. Yes, it is. I mean, everything I wanted to point out. The whole like guy chase you forever. Like they're making girl feel bad. I did not like that. I did not like that. It is no. Even what's it called? There are many what else did I find like objectionable as like a form of from Faida really talked about those things that was like really bad in it, right? There was something else. It has to do with the church girl. Yeah, I kind of I can't remember right now. But I'm going to talk about themes in this movie, right? The reason why I'm sticking to these themes in this movie, because this movie does not deserve the judging of production, because it's not a movie that talks about production. It's not a movie that deals on that. So I'm not going to talk about that. It's bad. But the themes of the movie is the thing I'm going to talk about. The chasing to no end was bad, was very bad. But even though this movie is very stereotypical and like the characters are not characters, that's another thing. This movie does not have act A, act B, or act C, or anything like that. Nor do I think it's a bad thing that a movie don't have that, because somebody thought about that and then everybody now think that's standard. It's just somebody who thought about it and it became standard for some reason. That doesn't mean all stories are never like act A or B. They don't fall. They don't have to follow some thought up of how story should be. But changes happen in this movie like nothing else. The end, the girl that comes at the end that starts talking about like, oh, my friends used to talk about me like this. There is no setup for that. Not even a little bit of like setup for why this girl all of a sudden changes her mind or anything. But it's this type of movies where we already know that the ending is going to end with them being together. If you watch a Korean drama, right, the male lead and the female lead will always end up together. No matter what happens, they will always end up together. We already know that. So I put that aside, but it's bad. It's bad that there is no like any set of setup. You don't even have to set it up like act A, act B or anything, but you have to at least carry the movie, the audience along. I think that's bad. I think that they didn't do that well so that it would raise the standard of this movie's writing. What other things? Okay. This movie is also very about like, okay, there's something there that is about wealth. And I don't know whether I should criticize it on that, because I feel like it's reflecting kind of a reality that we have in the world where we are consumerists and materialists. But I wish that movies try to like not only say that the only thing that we should look for whenever we're we're looking for love. I'm not telling people not to look for money, because let's be serious. Real life is real life. And that's another thing too, right? Real life is different from a movie. I've always said this, like, movies are movies. They are not reality. They are constructed. It is where people have become the gods of that reality, right? The writer is the gods of that reality. The people that make that movie are the gods of that reality. And in real life, nothing is ever as simple, as easy as a movie will ever be. But I think but this though, it's just like the story doesn't make no the story, the characters are very flat. The themes of the movie, there are sometimes I really do like the themes of the movie, because it doesn't only talk about love in relation to just like, oh, a woman should always seek out a man. Even though it feels like it does that, but the the way the movie puts the things that are said in the movie, the things that the writer says, have the characters say, the way the movie handles some of those stereotypes is slightly different than what we've seen before, and gives a more different themes, or a more different answer than what we've seen before. That's why I like the movie, because it's those things are like differently changed. Like the guy who is the masculinity thing, the I've said those things in the good. Because if I'm just to talk about the bad, the production is really bad. The story writing is really there's no setup for anything at all. None. None at all. People just come, things happen because the writer want them to happen. Things happen because we have to get to the end of this movie, and the end of the movie also end in happiness, because this is supposed to be a light-hearted, fun movie that doesn't really question anything. And that is the thing I think brings down the movie. But I think that's the thing that brings down the movie. This movie could be a little bit better in handling some of the themes if somebody just thought about it a little bit slightly more than they did. They could have changed Mac's character. I also don't like, this is my something of the ending. I wanted the ending to be like all the four hairdressers in there being the ones who, like, when she was like, oh, let's have dinner or something and just be with ourselves. I wanted it to be like that, but they ended it with everybody and almost all the characters that appeared in it. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's a good way to end it, with almost all the characters. But yeah, those are like my bads of the movie. Faida took most of the themes that I wanted to speak about. Unless I still end up repeating myself.
Okay.
Also, one more thing. Just one more thing. Okay.
Colombo. Yeah, 6
Excuse
minutes
me.
has passed.
Excuse me.
Colombo.
Excuse me. I stayed patiently. One more thing. If all of you are coming for, oh, this thing does not make any sense, this is not reality, this, it's a movie, it's a before Valentine's movie. What do you guys expect to happen at the end of the movie? There is going to be random people who randomly fall in love. Friendship, what do you mean friendship? It says before Valentine, and we all know what they want to sell when they sell Valentine. People have to be in relationships. People must be in a relationship. That is how they sell Valentine. Don't come for the movie on that.
Imagine. Who is it? It's actually Cynthia, and then we'll go to our new latecomers. But welcome the latecomers.
Wait, now, but I have pushback.
Oh, okay, you have pushback. So, all this pushback. I don't trust you, Vanessa. I don't trust you. You've been loving this movie. How do you have pushback?
Somebody said something. Was it Fi? Oh yeah, it was Fi. When she was talking about when Bolaji's character was begging and crying. I said she didn't understand why she was crying with snot in her nose and blah 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 blah. My girl was giving the Viola Davis performance. This girl was committed to crime.
In
Only for you
before
Oh no.
Valentine. In before
The same
Valentine.
people say not
As in,
In before
uh,
Valentine.
Excuse
people
me,
not
are
get
you
the
saying
memo.
before Valentine does not deserve a Vaida Davis level some
Okay,
acting?
no,
mood
no.
doesn't.
when
Is
then,
it
So you're telling me
Mood
all of them?
then,
doesn't.
thank you,
Excuse me. Who are we
Ojibwe,
to
and tell
judge?
them.
what you about to talk?
Convulsing on the
Exactly.
ground.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody relax. No. All right. Okay. All right. We get
Izela,
it.
I've not finished my defense.
I see.
Daniel.
Look at that.
Let
Daniel.
me finish my defense. My defense is this. It don't matter if the
Okay.
film is super. Everybody around you is super. Is on her is a personal responsibility to give the best performance of her life. And she said in that crying scene, you are gonna get Viola Davis how to get away with mother level tears and snot running down her nose. And for anybody to discredit Bolaji Ogumola's tears. Performance.
Okay. I continue to hate this space.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So best
May I
African
push back?
best African actor. Let me read a comment and
Okay.
then best African actor says, I think if the idea is bad, then it should be totally bad and fought against, irrespective of what the man looks like. Sean Farquhar being cute should not make the narrative change. Otherwise, it's not the idea we dislike, but the people. Well, yeah. Which yes, I think most people on here agree, and I think that's the point both Fight and Mr. C made. All right. Atas, is it pushback?
I thought you said I could give pushback.
No, I already put my hand down.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I don't want to push back again.
Okay. Don't want to push back again. All right. All right. So Cynthia and then Anubis. Cynthia, please. Let's.
I
Tell
think
us.
Dami has pushed back. Her hand is up.
Damn, is it pushback? Sorry. I'm not. My eyes are not.
No, not push back. I just wanted to say something, so I'll wait my turn.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Amy. All right, Cynthia.
Yeah,
Tell us.
I mean, like, honestly, you guys have been arguing and arguing, and I don't know why anyone is taking this movie seriously because I've actually forgotten what I watched. And I came with no notes. I came with no notes. Okay, so to steal from people dislikes again, as I stole from people likes. Vanessa said something about Teddy A, and I agree with her. So when I started watching this movie, I started on Thursday, and I could bear a lot of things. Then we got to Teddy A and Sugar conversation at the car park, and I slept off. Like I just slept off. And I went back to rewatch on Saturday because of film club. And I started from beginning because I've forgotten everybody. And I got to that Sugar and Teddy A conversation again, and I slept off. I could not watch. So it was this morning I woke up and I was like, no, let me just continue from where I stopped to finish this film because of film club. So I agree that while everyone was giving terrible performances, even though they were trying to do their best, I just felt like Teddy A performance made it worse. Then I don't know. I also call on, like, I also agree with Meg husband. I don't know, when it came and it was like finding out my wife is sleeping with my nephew or the bodyguard. It was so terrible. Then Elozunam, I don't know how they did it, but every time Elozunam appeared on my screen, the only person I was seeing was Elozunam Instagram skits. And I've seen him in another movie, Charge and Bail. Even though the movie was not good, I could differentiate his Instagram skits from him in that movie. But this movie, I didn't buy a single thing. I was just seeing my guy that used to do beautiful, beautiful content on Instagram. Like it was so there. Like, okay, everyone was me. And that's why I am very grateful for the child actors. I also forgot something in my good. I forgot to say that I like when that guy came in to sell Was he selling watch or belts or what was he selling? I like when he was arguing and he was telling them who you be for this movie, who you be for this film. Like he was telling them that they're in the movie, they're in the film. He probably forgot his line that it was probably supposed to say who you be for this area, who you be for this salon. I just like that Isha came and did what it did. Then onto the dislike. Um, yes, I agree with everyone. Even though I said they touched everyone's love life, I would say that this movie gave exactly what the writers usually do, where they kind of introduce something, or they don't introduce something. The people just keeps on coming to tell us things. Like someone said, the Vero and Philo. We heard of Vero. Um, we didn't see Vero. We did not know who Vero is. Vero came at the ending to come and preach to us. Okay. Um. Also, what's Meg's name in this movie? What's her name in this movie? Tamara. Also Tamara and her husband. Um, they also had their thing, and she kept saying, I love Wale, I love Wale. I was not even convinced she loved him. I don't know if she loved him, but they sure had an obstacle and their own to settle it, they held each other's hand. Like they just had the same way they usually write, where they forgot to build up things and everyone comes to either preach to us, so they tell us, so they do more of talking than showing. They tell us what we're supposed to see and we just keep hearing them talk to us. Yeah, so I don't know, I mean, this movie is a masterpiece, so I didn't come with notes because if we're being honest, there's a lot to dislike, but I would like to take my leave.
All right.
I would like to take
Everybody,
my
everybody that calls this film a masterpiece gets 3 minutes on the gets 3 minutes. On the film. This is
But
this
but
is
it is a
crazy.
masterpiece.
Don't mind
This
him.
is
Just
You
crazy.
need
sit
to
back.
red pill it
Acknowledge
back.
acknowledge the
Oh,
How
of
many
course
masterpiece.
times
you
did I
say it.
tell
You
you?
need like 30 seconds.
It was the exact same red color.
it would
All
be
right.
unfair for me to like go and start picking because I could pick on everybody. But like I say, I would like to take my leave. It was a masterpiece. It's something, it's something you watch once. That's if you're able to finish it, and that's if the day performance don't make you sleep twice. And yeah, and you'll be fine. That's all.
Okay. All right. Can't wait for this space to end. Mel, please tell us, and then Dami, what you have going on. Mel, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hi.
Oh, God. Even the way she said hi, I don't like it. Tell us, you weren't here for the goods. I guess you could do that if you want.
I have a lot of good, Mr. C, and you're going to have to listen to them all.
You still have 6 minutes, sure.
So my context is by the time I watched this film, I had been struggling with another film, and it was making me incredibly depressed and just sad and angry. And I was like, I don't want to do this, so I stopped. I can't even remember what film I was watching. And then I put this on, and it just filled me just with so much light and love and joy. I really enjoyed it. Um, I really did. What are my likes? I like that Sugar had a character that also fits with the way that she was dressed. I thought she looks like Sugar. Mm, I personally thought that I would not go with that actress for that role, but I didn't think she made it worse or anything. I don't mind it, honestly. What else did I like? I think I like how at the end Elizonam did not have to forgive um our dear sister. That was nice. I had a problem with Sugar getting together with Sean Farquhar's character, but I liked that they left Elizonam's character with all the vim that he had, and there didn't need to be any forgiveness. Okay. I also liked that it was about so many different types of love. I thought it was expansive. Um, and I thought that for a lot of it was also understated in a way that Valentine themed movies are not. It wasn't over the top with its ideas of love. So I really like that it just felt like everyday people navigating everyday things, and that was sweet. The youngins, the two kids writing letters and calling. It was so sweet. Um, I like that the title has an apostrophe. I haven't seen that in a long time. So it was really nice to see that it had an apostrophe. Very, very nicely done. I think that my biggest like is the way that it treats community. By the time we start off at the salon, it's all these different people who are sort of like, um, what's the word? Like secretly envious of each other, which is a very normal thing. Um, but it's how it treats them moving from envy to love that I really enjoyed. How when they needed help, they were all very able to quickly step in and provide support. I cannot explain it enough. But the way that it treats community, I think, was also very well reflected in the end scene where they're having dinner together. It's just all these different people who start off differently but learn to like accommodate each other, and honestly, community is not about liking yourself. Community is about showing up when you need to show up, providing support where you need to provide support, and they did that. And it was just so beautiful to see, and it also makes sense because they spend a lot of their time together. I love how the customers were part of that community as well. Like you think of the salon and you think about this this meeting place of sorts, right? And I think that it reflected in the film itself. I can't remember um, many other things because I've had a long day, but I know that when I finished watching it, I was happy. And I did not hate it, and I enjoyed it. And if Mr. C says no, what does Mr. C know, honestly?
Exactly.
Absolutely
to,
nothing.
to be honest, I love how when Mel is speaking of the context, she forgot to tell us her dealer and the drugs she took, but I'll allow it. I will allow it. All right. Dami,
Stop
please.
being a dictator.
Yeah. Damn, vote all you too. I don't care. I'll mute you guys. Sorry, Damien, please go ahead.
Alrighty. Yeah, so I don't think this was like a sort of serious movie. Like, I mean, it's not something that I'm watching to sort of learn a lesson or for it to give me something like, not that because it's not serious, they can't offer value, but I mean, like, it's just a feel good, easygoing film. You put it on just while they wait time, sort of thing. So I don't have a problem with that, and I can see why, if that's what they were going for, they definitely achieved that, and I can see why people would love the film. I think my only problem with it was that it was a bit derivative and I didn't enjoy. I know people like how the characters were sort of like developed, and um the way I don't agree that it was a good sort of like the presented the characters as sort of like as human. I know that that was the intention. I mean, moving from envy to love, and the quote unquote layers in each character, but I don't necessarily agree. I thought that the characters were flat, to be honest. The reason being, like, who didn't see that coming? That I can't remember her name now. The babe with the blonde hair, Candy, is that her name? I can't remember the name of the character, but who didn't see
Sugar.
coming that? Ah, Sugar, yes, thank you, Sugar. Like, it was obvious that they were going to write her into this fake life archetype, fake life, fake Lagos big big girl archetype thingy. Like that was low hanging, and they bit into the fruit. So I don't know. I didn't really enjoy them writing her in that way. And I found it odd that the way they thought to humanize her was to bring in a whole child into the picture, that she had a baby, a son secretly. Not like it's far fetched, but I just found it a bit like what's the word now? Like I found it a bit like, okay, of course. And then for the character, the one with the older um husband, I just thought it was the writing of that character wasn't great. I wasn't sure where to place her. Like she was nice, but also like the way she was written was unclear to me. I wasn't sure how to feel about her as just as a character. And also the relationship with her husband and all of that. It felt like a sprinkle, like an add-on. I wasn't on every time they showed the husband with the his daughter, I think, who was advising him. It just felt off from the movie. I don't know if that's like from the editing, or I don't know what the problem is, but the way that man's character was, it felt like they Jomo they just took him inside somehow. I don't know how the writing of her character. I don't know how to feel about her. I don't know how to feel about her relationship with her husband, and all of that. I agree that the driver should have done the role that Teddy Teddy took. Completely agree that that was the case. But I enjoyed it actually. I mean, sometimes when like I'm not trying to think of the movie as a quote unquote masterpiece, I enjoy the bad parts of it, and that becomes like the fun for me. So Teddy, his bad acting was entertaining. Overall, like I think the problem for me was not like there's anything wrong with the characters not being well developed and me not knowing where to place them per se. I think like the worst part for me was the acting was not good. Like people were like the acting felt like, you know, in school when like creative arts, or maybe in not even creative arts, maybe in secondary school when you're doing drama, that sort of acting, like you can tell that they're all acting and they're all like trying to read a script, and it just felt like odd, which I thought, because of the nature of the film and the themes and the simplicity of the story and all of that, or the stories rather, I think like if the acting was great, the movie would have been much more enjoyable, because then you just get to fall in love with the people. And yes, because it's not a serious movie, you get to forgive the flaws. But I just think because the acting wasn't great, the way the characters were not written well, and the ways in which the editing was sort of off just jumped out to me. I think another final thing that I had an issue with was, yes, must she love the guy that that's been loving her, refuses to take no for an answer? Is it by force? Like I just didn't like that at all. All the cajoling they were doing in the salon, like trying to cajole her. I didn't enjoy that at all. I think that Nigerian salon culture, at different class levels, it's so rich and there's a lot to pull from. And I think that when I imagine a sort of stereotypical situation, if you were in love, or a man was in love with a woman and the woman didn't like him back, I feel like they may try to persuade you. But I wish that there was like a more interesting dynamic there, where maybe somebody was against it as well. I said, is it by force too? Someone in the salon sort of backed her. And I wish it didn't end with them being together, to be honest, because I just think like she obviously didn't like him, so it just felt a bit like, where did the love come from? So he rescued her mom. I don't even understand the rescuing aspect. Like, how did he find the mom as well? But again, that part is not something to be angry at. I mean, it's not that serious of a movie anyway, so I was fine with that not being the most realistic thing. But I think like it could have been nicer if they ended up on sort of like cool terms and they didn't need to be in love because the love just jumped out of nowhere. And then finally, the feminine member of the salon. I wish that they've, which I know is hard, obviously, because we are in Nigeria, but I feel like they were just touching the hem of the garment of inclusion. Like, I get it, like that men can be feminine and all of that, and I know that that's also an important thing to share and to tell, but like, I don't know, like making the point that men can be feminine and still be straight is an odd point to make. Maybe this is me, like, because my mindset is in a place where, of course, maybe I'm being too in my head. I think maybe this could be a valuable lesson for everyday watchers in Nigeria. I don't know, but I think like a straight man can also be feminine message for me is kind of like, why didn't you just go with like an actual, like, make the character like actually maybe gay or bisexual or something that actually shakes the curtains a bit. But I'm fine with that. I just think like, like, okay. And then yes, before I forget, PR for natural hair, please. I don't understand. I don't like that they didn't. Maybe this is my own bias, personal bias, but I wish they were a bit more. What's the word? Like, when they present natural hair, like in the context of the sort of like the churchy babe, I don't know. I think like the wardrobe part was a bit like obvious. I think they could have done better with her wardrobe. I don't like when we try to create this idea that natural black hair is not glamorous and reinforce it in films. I don't enjoy that at all. So I didn't like that they left her in natural hair. I think they could have been treated her wardrobe differently and done better PR in terms of like the natural hair sort of representation or presentation, instead of trying to reinforce the idea that it's only church, which isn't true actually. But yeah, this idea that it's only if you're super religious or you're not like fashionable or not stylish that you wear that sort of hair. So yeah, those are my bads.
All right. Thanks, Dami. I wonder if I've cooled down. Okay. All right. Mrs. C.
Yeah.
Lots of interesting points raised there. Do you have stuff to add? Did you have bads to add to before Valentine?
Oh yes, of course. So let's start from a very early on. This is a small one. Maybe it's it's not a nitpick. So the decor, right? The shop, the salon decoration, it was beautiful. It was stunning. But this is an indication that this film didn't care, right? Has anyone ever paid for decor, right? Or tried to DIY it? I've paid for decor, right? I've paid for decor. I've paid for birthday party decor. I've paid for wedding decor. The cost of that decor that our broke church girl did by herself in the morning, even if she did it herself, just the materials, right? The cost of that decor, I'm sorry, she couldn't afford rent, right? She had to start a new sex work side hustle to afford rent. And she's doing all of that decor in the opening scene. All right, cool story. The acting was atrocious. I'm sorry. All of the acting was atrocious. The acting was bad. It was bad. I'm sorry. The acting was bad. What else? I think I've mentioned our we must love Sean Farquhar thing. So let's get away from that. Tamara and her husband, right? I've seen this film twice. When I saw it the first time, I went with, okay, they assumed her husband was young and hot and she just went with it, which is, honestly, I would really rather my partner be cheating on me than be embarrassed by me and let people think someone else is their partner versus just cheat.
Noted.
Noted, ba? Noted.
I'm just saying.
Now when you sleep outside, you sleep outside properly. And then on my second watch, I saw that she had actually saved hubby with that guy's picture. What is that woman? Like, who is that woman? Who is this person? None of these characters were actual characters. They took things and threw stereotypes. Because, like, the stereotype they were giving us of Tamara is not the person that would save another man's picture, her driver's picture under hubby. Like, her phone has never rang outside the salon, or does she change it when she comes to the salon? And what was the point of even adding a picture? It can just be hubby. He doesn't need to have a picture. It's fine. But no, she's propagating this lie that her driver is her husband.
They gotta know.
No, she sucks. I'm sorry, these are not flawed characters. This woman sucks. She's a bad wife. I'm sorry. She sucks. If you do that to me, I will leave you. And then, like, the acting of the husband, oh my God, I felt like he was delivering those lines like he was cast as one of the Igwe's chiefs, and he's just delivering lines in the Council of Elders meeting as like he should be in Isiago or something, just sitting on a council talking about how to find a wife for the prince between 7 maidens. That's where he belonged. He didn't fit. There was no chemistry between them. So when the woman who said,
they held hands.
She couldn't even kiss this man. Was RMD busy?
Yes.
Was RMD unavailable? Cast RMD, let her kiss him. But no, they cast her grandfather, and the best she could do was hold his hands because she didn't from far because she was not going to kiss that man. Like,
oh God!
No, oh my goodness, it was just no chemistry. So when she goes, I didn't marry him for his money, I'm like, okay, then why? Because you don't even look like you enjoy being in his presence. He doesn't even look like he's attracted to you either. So what's going on? Like, were you paying off your father's debt? What happened? Is this shanty town? I don't understand. That was so stressful for me. And then when he has caught you, right, and he's walked off, she lets him go.
Just goes back.
This woman is clearly not interested in this marriage.
But she has to intern. She's got an intern.
The person that will buy a new salon is going, no. You're not just you want to work for sugar forever. This woman chased after sugar, but she not chased after Wale. Nah, she's on serious.
Community.
She's on serious. The husband don't follow for her community. She not chase Wale, she chase this sugar. Nah, forget this. That was very unserious. I'm sorry, that whole people's relationship was unserious. Then our Jesus baby. The stereotype of all these over Christian sisters. You know what they're doing on the inside. Do you know what these Christians say? Oh, stop it. So I hated the stereotype. And then, like, they make her act like she doesn't know shit, right? Like, just not a person. Like, why is she outing Philo? Like, Philo and his girlfriend have never seen each other. And she's saying this so innocently, like she's a village girl that doesn't even understand that this is, you know, a socially inappropriate thing to say. Because, of course, a Jesus baby does not know how to interact socially. But she knows how to cheat on her man with someone else's husband. That's the social interaction she can do.
Straight up women empowerment.
Yo, and then,
do you want her to be homeless? I don't understand.
Hold on. And then I was with it, right? Like when they were victim blaming her man, right? Like, okay, yeah, she cheated on you, but like, did you give her any money for rent? Like, think about victim blame this poor man. So, but when we're doing that, right? I'm like, but I'm still thinking, you know what? I get it, and I understand it's hurt, but like, you know what? It was rent, right? She did what she had to do. Nigeria is hard, and this salon is clearly not profitable because they do like 3 customers a day. Obviously, she cannot afford her rent. They're not making any money. She had to start a side hustle. Like, Sugar is already selling mixtape. So, obviously, she needs to sell other things too, right? But then she starts telling her boyfriend, you know, you weren't paying me attention. He listens to me. I'm like, no, this is not the same movie. What, is it an affair? Or did you need rent? Don't come to me correct. Because, like, she was rolling her eyes at him in the morning and upset at the alert and, you know, incredibly ashamed. and she needed the rent. She was pressured. But then she's telling me that he listens to me. I don't understand. I was so confused. And I think they were confused too. And then we get to Sugar. And like, Sugar just sucks. I'm sorry. Like, okay, we're gonna go with flawed character, insecure, but they just took every mean girl villain trait and threw it on her, right? She has no talent, but she thinks she has talent. Throw it there. Like, couldn't even make an average singer, right? It just had to be comically bad, but it wasn't funny. And then she's just catty to everybody. Like, she hates Tamara, she hates Jesus Baby. It's her and the lousy customer, because they have one customer and they told her, be lousy, take it and go. So if she's not unnecessarily God-winning, she's laughing at somebody's misfortune. Like, that's the only thing that brings her joy. I'm like, so you've just taken unlikable women, put them together. And obviously, women don't owe you likability, but when I'm around women, my community of women are generally not catty to me. Right? So that's not the community I'm aspiring
That's
to.
they don't do it right.
Exactly. They need to give me a bit of cat. That's what well, some of them probably should, but never mind. Anyway, what else did Before Valentine do to me? What else? Oh, yes. Okay. So the first
minutes.
Don't worry, baby. It's Before Valentine. Allow me. What else? Oh, yes. Philo's character. Oh, my God. I don't expect Before Valentine to, like, handle something well, but there was this scene, right, where he's coming in when she tells him how nice the inside is, and he jumps up and claps his hand like, oh my God, show me. That wasn't effeminate. That was childish, right? We had this thing where people mix up what they're supposed to be doing. This, like, Raz guy, when Nancy's character was supposed to be ditzy, she sounded like she was 12. Right? He's trying to be an effeminate man. He's sounding like he's 12 years old. It's like, who are you trying to be exactly, and why? And then, like, they put this thing as a joke. They did this in Mine as well, and I loved Mine I loved 2/3 of Mine, and then they did that thing in Mine, and it pissed me off. They have this effeminate man throughout the whole thing. You're just supposed to assume he's queer, right? Cool, fine. And then there's like a punchline at the end, he's sleeping with a girl. And like, Philo's thing is also supposed to be a punchline, like, oh yeah, he's effeminate, but look, he's straight. Like, that joke is not funny. Stop it. I'm over it. And then, yes, his girlfriend comes in, and like Ota said, she says, like, I don't understand, or like any of these things about you, but I will manage. What? Why? What is all this? Have I left anyone out? Like Teddy A's character, sleazy married man. I'm sorry, this show did not know the characters. Like, the only thing, it wasn't exploring different types of love. It barely explored romantic love. It didn't explore anything. It put us in a salon for 2 hours, and they just took it and went. Just take it and go. The kids' love was cute. That was it. And even that was but it was cute because the children are cute and they wrote love letter. I slept off the second time I was watching it. It could not keep me awake.
All right. Okay.
But the question is, why were you watching it the second time?
Because film club.
And I hadn't finished watching it as well. So all right. Okay. So I see hands up. I didn't do pushback. I'm going to do your pushback.
I have pushback. I have 2 pushbacks. Sugar, yes. Sugar's character, I see what everybody is saying. But also, the pushback is that even though still, Sugar's character did not get humanity just because she has a son. In the beginning, we see that was she the one that gave her son money and gave her mother money too? Like, they were. She even says it. There are many things that she says with her mouth that shows that she's responsible for her family. Like, she gives, she works. They also show that she's a talented. I'm taking from the text too. They also made points to show that she is a talented hairdresser. She has like some of the VIP. Miss Shafi Bello really wants her. So the things that give her like more than I say dimensions because that's the word to say it, but doesn't mean that she's still not still not a flat character. She's still a flat character. Most of the characters here are flat. They're just different. They're not just flat in the same way we all think all flat is. So I feel like those things, our humanity does not really just come from her having a son. It actually comes from other things too. That's the other pushback. Now, the pushback on the effeminate thing. Effeminate, we are now we start to assume that whenever we see an effeminate character in anything, media-wise, whether books or whatever, that character automatically has to be gay. Right? Also, he said he wasn't gay. He didn't say he wasn't bi. That's something too. And I have to that's just a pushback that has to be like, the more common stereotype and the more common trope is that effeminate men are gay. And if I see effeminate men not necessarily be, that's I'm going to say is different, because it's still a stereotype that continues to this day. Effeminate guys, we assume, even they didn't tell us, nobody ever told us people's sexuality. They didn't tell us that. We just assumed that they were gay, and we feel like maybe like, okay, they need, and I get it, especially in the context of Nigeria, we need more different types of like queer representation. But I wouldn't necessarily ding the movie for having like a sort of a feminine guy, quote unquote, not be gay. I'm okay with that, because that one is just not, it's not typical. That's the thing. That's the only two pushback I have. That it's not typical, and like Sugar's character, even if she's flat or something, there are other things that brings her humanity. She's very good. They give us the notion in the story that she's good at what she does. There, she's good at doing one hair for 6 hours, but it's a movie, whatever. She's good at what she does. She is what's it called? The money maker for our family. And when something really happens to our family, when the chips are down, she learns the lesson of like maybe not even pretend. Like she doesn't try to keep up pretense when things are very, very important. Like she's about to lose things, and she's like, absolutely not. I know what's important to me, and I'm going to go get for the things that is important to me. Even though, yeah, she's a mean catty person.
Okay.
But that's just my pushback.
All right. I guess like with the two sides. One is saying there's no need to be doing I think the term is queer baiting thing. And the other side is, hey, the message is not all effeminate men are gay. I guess the pushback is to that would be like, so what if they're gay?
Like that's what it should be like. So what?
But yeah, I guess it's Nigeria. Maybe
that is a pushback.
You have to take baby steps.
Don't get me wrong. Yes, it shouldn't matter that we should not pretend like the big stereotype, the one that happens almost all the time, is always going to be the effeminate guy is gay. When we want to do queer representation of some man, the man is effeminate and is gay. When in actuality, most gay people, you wouldn't know. How would you know if somebody is gay unless they tell you they're gay? How do you know somebody's sexuality?
Oh, okay.
But in movies,
Ekene wants to move on, but I just want to say, Nollywood is not exactly doing queer representation. If you want to do this pushback for Hollywood, sure, but Nollywood doesn't do queer representation. So we're not even at the point where, do queer representation, but they don't have to be effeminate. It's just reinforcing the normal, Nigeria pretends no one is gay, right? So it's not crazy to go, yeah, he's effeminate, but of course he's not gay. Like everybody else, nobody is gay. But anyway, that's it.
Sorry, can I quickly just respond? I'll be quick. So I completely understand what you're saying. On one hand, it is true that the idea of putting queer people in a box and saying that when you're queer, you have to be if you, as a queer man, you have to be feminine, and maybe as a queer woman, you'll be masculine. I get it, and I get that there are boxes, and those boxes are not good enough. But here's the problem. The problem is there is a depiction of certain tropes and stereotypes around queer people that are used to sort of how will I call it? They're added as sprinkles in this sort of movies, whether it's the gay best friend or whatever the case may be. The characters are used and sort of almost exploited in a way, either to lighten the film or to give it more color or whatever the case may be. What we saw in this film was them doing just that, taking this character and doing exactly that with the character. But the problem with that is you're doing this based on a group of people that you want to distance yourself from. So it's one thing to have a character that is supposed to play the role that of a typically queer character in these sort of movies. Like I said earlier, like the movie is derivative. Like it made, obviously there was a character question mark. Are we going to add the sort of feminine man into the mix? It's a salon, there'll be a feminine man there who will be working there. So his character was a given based on the fact that this movie was very heavy-handed on the sort of tropey, stereotypical characters. Now, what was wrong was them distancing themselves from a character trope and a character type that is built on queer people's representation and their hard work. It doesn't make sense to take a trope that is typically associated with these people, then put them in your movie and make it a point to distance yourself from them within the story and say, you know what, he's exactly like this queer stereotype character that is typical of this sort of movie, but guess what? In ours, he's not queer. And it just feeds into the typical expectation in Nigeria, like being queer is bad. And I think that's what they did. They wanted to enjoy having this character in the film without the backlash and without the problems that would have come with if this character was actually queer. So let's just call it what it is on that end. Now, if they had put this sort of feminine man in the movie and they didn't even address it, that might have been more elegant. If his story was more interesting and had more layers about who he was as a human being or something else, that could have been more interesting. I don't think that his story needed to be hinged on this idea of him being feminine but not being queer, especially in a country like ours where we don't even get queer representation at all in our movies. So it just feels very backhanded, like, why are you doing that? And then finally, I agree with you on the fact that, yes, maybe saying that humanizing Sugar's character through her son isn't entirely accurate. I think so. I agree with you on that. But here's the thing that I sort of disagree with. The character was so caricaturish that eventually, like, I think if you allow yourself to perceive the character and to actually absorb who she was on an emotional level and the things that matter to her and all of that, you would get all of these things that you're saying, of which I agree with. But I think that the character also caricaturish, like with all the other things, like this character of someone who is ridiculous in many ways, like so caricaturish that it sort of distracted in a way from who she actually was. And I think that's why it felt as though the end point with her son and all of that was when they sort of humanized her, because the moment where we saw her be emotional and the moment where we saw her be as real as she could get just as a human being was when she was talking to the other one. I don't remember the name of the character now, bad with names, about her son and how she worries that she's not a good mother and how she worries that she's a bad mother. And it felt like the most serious defining moment that they gave this caricature sort of character was that, and it was sort of linked to motherhood. So I agree with you on one hand, but I think because the character wasn't handled well from start to finish, it kind of sort of defeats the purpose of what they were trying to do with the layers. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Sammy. Cynthia, and your hand has been up for a
Oh
minute.
no. See, I don't want to push back. I just want to say, people of Nollywood Film Club. Okay, I don't know if I'm echoing a microscope. Today is for comedy. We're supposed to be laughing. Why are you people carrying this movie in your hearts? Why? Let us come and laugh. Let us come and enjoy. That's what I want to say. Please, please, I'm begging you people. Today is for laughter, okay? Like, I'm sure people are taking this movie serious. I'm sure people are taking this movie seriously. People should not ruin my Sunday. Let's just laugh. Let's just enjoy. Thank you. And God bless you people. Thank you.
God bless you too. I came for war. I don't like peace. I like problem always. All right, Vanessa, what
Yes,
is it?
that's why you spoiled Mirabelle.
I
My hand
spoil
has been up,
everything.
and I'm
I
I'm
spoil
quite
everybody.
upset. No. Wallahi,
Ah,
no.
in a
You
bottle,
people,
give me, let me
no.
drink.
Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ̀rọ̀. I'm quite upset. If you all do recall, at the beginning of this space, most of you there is a space for enjoyment. Because next week now, we'll go back, we'll be very serious. Ebony Life want to torture us next week. But you people did not let us make any break week ye. Abba. All this stuff. My own, the reason why when I raised my hand that first time, I've been raising my hand for the past 10 to 15 minutes. Reason Timothy raised hand mi ni pé, if people did not see as if people have been shouting before Valentine, you did not see that moment between Mr. and Mrs. C when Mr. C say your time is up, Mrs. C say, baby, no. This is the main reason for before Valentine brings love. You did not see that moment. Mr. and Mrs. C that usually on these days they will be doing our professional, we're going to handle this space with professionalism. They couldn't because because before Valentine makes you people it just the power of love. That's what I've been saying since the beginning of this. But if we don't want to let the
I
power
hate
of love work in you people's life, any sport you people must bring let power of love work in your life. Not all the time tighten the world to your chest. This film is not a film that you will tie to your chest, though. This is not a film you will tie to your chest. This is a film you will just enjoy. Enjoy. In fact, recommendation if you're having stress in your life, go and watch that scene when Sugar. That scene when Sugar auditioned for waiting be that in name. DJ.
Sorry, Vanessa, mistake. You can unmute. Dr. Sid and DJ Sosa. Vanessa, can you hear me? Yeah,
The
speaking
effrontery.
in.
I'm so sorry. I just want all of you to realize that this film
Oh
was a
God!
gem of a film.
Can I gender this? Is a mistake.
It's a lie. It wasn't a mistake.
I can't believe it's a mistake.
It's a lie. It's not mistake. It's agenda. I know your type. I know what you are planning for me, and it's not good. But honestly, you guys hashed my high, and it's not fair because I was having the best time, and then you guys just came with all this serious talk and just ruined all of it for me, man. It wasn't fair, man. This week was supposed to be my break week, and you guys just ruined it for me. Honestly, you guys should do better. You guys should do better. We give ourselves these breaks once in a while in film club to refresh
I
ourselves
apologize.
before we
Sorry.
move on to more
I
serious things. But you people just came echo. Babu koje. Well, we thank the Lord. All in all, before
I've
Valentine
not
is
even
great.
done my badge. Maybe when you're talking, I've not even done my badge. That's the
See,
funny
that
thing.
is your personal problem. Your bad is inconsequential to the whole point of this whole situation.
No, I don't have plenty. Mrs. C has taken plenty of the time, and also, and also, to be fair, she said a lot of the things that I was tearing my hair. All right, so I just like to point out that somebody probably went to the shop to buy that Jesus shirt for Bolaji to wear. They went to the shop. They was like, how can we make Bolaji seem Christian? Let us buy her
Hey, Jesus baby shit.
Jesus baby shirt so that she can wear to work. All right. Women. I don't think this is. I don't know, Sha. Let me not speak on. Cannot speak for any woman's behalf. I don't know if this is your best people. If this is your best people you've sent to do representation for us. It just felt all of them were kind of terrible people, like Mrs. C said. They were nice. Not Meg's character, not Bolaji's character. It's not like people are flawed. They're all assholes. Assholes, like really like some. Anyway, I want to make this quick. All right. One of the other things as well, you want to talk community if you want, but these people, I didn't get the sense these people had known themselves for anything. It felt like they had already generally met. They just met like maybe last week, and that's where we started this film. But apparently, internet has been turning for 4 months, Sev. So, but like, there's nothing that feels sincere. They're still using foreign accents for each other. When you can do foreign accent for people that you're just meeting, go on a date, go work. Go to what do you call it? Go on a business meeting, but your people, you drop the accent. See, this must be my real accent because you guys are my people. I thought you were my people until some of people started shilling for this film. All right. Anyway, that's that. What else? Movie should okay. Before I talk about movie, should not be taken seriously. Plot twist. I usually don't like it when Nigerian movies do plot twists. But like, I don't know how Vanessa herself even got surprised by Bolaji's character, because like everything was just and I don't agree with somebody else who said it wasn't some of these things weren't set up, because like it was so obvious. They showed us Sugar trekking to the to salon. They showed Bolaji getting alert and being like feeling guilty about it. Who's the other person again?
Tamara was fighting.
We saw Tamara's husband from the beginning. I did like it's like it wasn't a reveal for us. We already knew, and it just made me just dislike them right from the start. Like, you guys are living fake lives. I don't want to do the full quotes from Bobrisky, but they are living fake lives. And then the last thing is the hey, don't take this film seriously. Cool. Okay, if you want to take this film seriously, let's do it like Namaste Wala. But no, people want to claim community. People want to claim these little children are cute and their love is sweet. Or people want to claim progressive. Or people want to claim this and that. No, if you want to, if you want,
look here.
want everybody. If you want to take it serious, if you want to learn things from me, learn things from me. If you don't want to take it seriously, let's not take it seriously. Let's Namaste Wahala this thing well. People don't have to Namaste Wahala. And people think this thing does not live up to Namaste Wahala. Namaste Wahala has bare beautiful scenes like this. I can quote Namaste Wahala. I don't need hard facts. Where is your I don't need hard facts? With no weather for two. There is no motive. This film was just boring and bad. Like, when people begin to...
boring.
You can use boring for this one. It's like, because like everybody has actually broken down what I mean by boring in terms of like, it's just derivative of other things. It's just things that other films have done, but it's doing it badly. If I say it in this tone, oh, you're too angry. Okay, if I cool down, no, don't like the film now. Let us call it the joke that it is. And then that's me done.
That
all
is
right,
your
let's do
personal
summaries
problem.
and get it.
I just want to see.
You are my personal
sounds
problem
like
right
a
now.
you problem and not an us problem. Because I can
Start your summary. Let's go, Joe.
No,
My personal
Ekene, I
problem.
think you are just jealous. You are just jealous
Okay,
that
I'm jealous.
you're
Give me
just
your
jealous,
summary.
and you're
He's
just
mo-
jealous that people are willing to like before Valentine more than Namaste Wahala. Like
No.
we're
If
able
you
to
too
gather
fake,
people into
if
our
you're too
club, and you
fake,
could not gather people into your club for
if you
loving
too fake
Namaste
now,
Wahala. You're just jealous.
if
That's all I
you're
can
too,
say. Jealousy. Hey, jealous.
all right, okay. Vanessa, start and us with your summary, I beg.
Right. Wonderful. This was a work of art, a masterpiece, something that deserves to have been put on Netflix for all of us to see. From the costuming to the wonderful colors of the salon to even the horrible acting by Tamara's husband. Honestly, everything put together, all the factors in this just works together to create this masterpiece of a film. And honestly, anybody who says otherwise is just jealous and cannot see this film for what it truly is, a masterpiece.
All right, no quotes though. Who do we have next?
Is Timmy still here?
Timmy, yeah. Timmy, are you there? If you're there, your summary. If not, Anika, do you want to give us your summary?
Yes, so I will give my summary. My summary is again, I agree with some of the things that people have said is bad, and I also agree with some of the things that people have said is good. Look, movies are just supposed to be entertaining in the end of the day. They're supposed to be entertaining, take you to a world or make you forget about your day for a moment or for whatever, because reality will always come back. So if you want to watch the movie, watch it. If you want to watch something more fun for you, watch it. I enjoyed my day. I wasn't frustrated. It's okay. That's it. I like it. That's it.
All right. Thanks, Anika. I think Cynthia. No,
Oh wow.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, actually. Sorry. Fine, please, your summary.
Okay. Okay, my summary is in line with my personality. So I'll start by saying happy Galentine's and Valentines to everyone, especially our lovely speakers, Mr. and Mrs. C. I said I love coming on here and hearing every speaker speak every Sunday, hearing you guys express your unique personalities and hearing your voices. I live for it. Today was just a vibe. You people are crazy, I have to say it. And with that, I would definitely recommend this film and I'll say what you want. Yes, thank you.
I was with you right down till the end. But thanks, Fider.
Also, fine. You're one
You
of
need
us
to
now.
learn
I
to
hope
stop
you
being a
know.
dictator, Mr. C. Stop
I-
being a dictator.
You're-
Okay?
He is now.
Yeah, I'm born with these things. All right. Cynthia, please tell us your summary.
Oh yes. So this movie is a work of art. It's a masterpiece, okay? And I honestly think that we should be doing one of Diche, is her name Diche or Diche? I don't know, the writer. We should be doing one of their movie every year or once in 6 months because they bring so much joy. Um, I don't know why anyone would take this movie seriously. Like, just watch and have fun. For those of you that have fun, I recommend this movie as a very good sleeping pill because 2 times I tried watching it, I had a very good sleep, a very good rest. And yeah, that's it for me. Perfect movie. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I don't know if Timmy's back. If Timmy's here, you let us know when you come back. If not, is it Mel?
Yeah.
Mel.
Yes, you can see that I dropped off during the bad because I do not participate in evil. Um, I think that this movie did exactly what he wanted to do. I think that it was enjoyable. I think that it was so bad, it was good. And I definitely think it was better, way better than Namaste Wahala. There was nothing to enjoy in Namaste Wahala. This is my hill. And I think that this movie was way better than Namaste Wahala. And it was just a fun watch. Again, you take some popcorn, you watch it, and you just have a good time. No, don't think about the elections. Don't think about the earthquake. Just watch before Valentine's and say, huh, that happened. Yeah, so watch it, enjoy it.
Okay, thanks, Mel. Namaste Wahala does have an Indian man and a Nigerian woman running around the tree for love. Okay, so yes, don't tell me Namaste Wahala doesn't have anything.
You don't watch enough Kannywood and it shows, because
You do realize I like
that's not your
Namaste
stance.
Wahala too.
Yeah,
So
it's,
we can have both. We can have both. Don't be
mute everybody. All right. Okay. Timmy, please tell us. What? Tell us, give us your summary. I don't want to talk about this film anymore.
Actually, when you said you didn't know if Timmy was around, I wanted to shout Moa, Moa, Moa. But what's the name of this film again? Before Valentine. Yeah. Before Valentine. Actually, I didn't know what to expect before watching the film. So people told me that the film was bad. So I actually went in with really low expectations. So maybe that's why I don't feel bad as maybe I'm supposed to feel about the film. But my entire summary is this film is mid, but like it's an enjoyable type of mid. It's like the type of film that you kind of watch on TLC, that they just made it just for like a family to sit down, enjoy, eat pounded yam and soup, and call it a night and go to sleep. And yeah, that's how I feel about Before Valentine.
Okay. All right. As like if the soup was cooked with engine oil, sure. Timmy says a gay character in Nollywood is as probable as Nigerian politicians not entering hell. Bars. All right. Dami, we haven't had your summary. If you give us your summary.
Okay, so the movie to me is bad but enjoyable. It's not best in class for bad and enjoyable, but it's all right. I don't think you'll regret watching it, or most people will regret watching it. It's a fun watch. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Dami. Mrs. C.
Well, it happened. It happened. That's it.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you're looking for a Tesco extra value Love Actually Nigerian edition, give it a go.
Yeah. Okay. So this movie for me, and we joke a lot on Film Club and all of that. And for me, this falls in between the crack of it's not creative enough for me. Bad in the bad places. There are two things that I thought were funny bad, and that was the Max
finding them with a picture,
Max's compass, love compass, and then
random
Weibo in the background.
And they're throwing in random juju.
Yeah, but like the script didn't do much for me. It's not motive. It's not. Again, it's not. I don't need hard facts. It's not. It's just. It doesn't have those things for me, and it was just mainly boring for me, unfortunately. So I can't, in good conscience, ever. But like, there's clearly hitting a note with people, and do whatever you want with that information. All right. Okay. Sorry, we couldn't take anyone extra, but we're doing the summary. Once the summary starts, I guess we kind of lock this, except people have already come through. But thanks everybody for coming on this very eventful Nollywood Film Club. Next week, we go for the big guns. Ebony Life. You're going to have like a whole 5 days or something to watch this film. It's dropping on Tuesday. It's dropping on Tuesday.
So
right?
if you don't have any other plans,
so
you can spend your Valentine's Day watching Unfortunately, I might watch that film on Valentine's
What?
Day.
Oh my God. All right, but yes, we'll be talking about a Sunday's affair, and next Sunday.
Sunday. Is it a Sunday affair or a Sunday's affair?
Actually,
Sunday
it
affair.
could be a Sunday
A
affair.
Sunday affair. An
Yeah,
affair
because
that happens on a Sunday, or maybe
people
Literally on.
people
or
don't
on that
usually be
Sunday.
putting apostrophe. That's why
No, I'm
before Valentine's did it for Mel.
Mel.
Yeah. All right. A Sunday affair. All right. But I guess we'll speak to you. We do this every Sunday. So next Sunday, 6:00. What? We'll speak to you then. Vanessa, what's up?
I just want to say, I hate to say this, I might not be here next week for a Sunday affair.
Oh wow.
It's fashion week,
Okay.
guys.
Oh,
It's London Fashion
Oh.
Week, so I might not
Well,
be. I might be too busy. So let's just hope let's not hope, but let's hope that the people don't give me tickets for a show.
They should give you a ticket, please.
For a show
they should
that's
give
on
it to you.
Sunday by 5.
Please.
That's what I'm saying.
If you don't come, I'm claiming it as I banned Vanessa for one.
Wow, now I'm going.
Vanessa, when you said that, I had the happiness in his voice. But don't worry.
You know what?
You see,
For that
today,
reason, I'm going to
Vanessa's
show
spirit
up.
has entered me. And I will be you, Vanessa.
Safia Agenda Club. Okay, all right. Thanks, guys. We'll speak to you next week. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the episode. If you enjoyed listening and would like to join live, just follow us on Twitter at Iroko Critic and join us every Sunday, 6 p.m. West African time on our spaces.